Hello, we are the PNC Newsgirls, Mia
and Maya, reading the news 6 days a week because you're too lazy.
Tuesday, June 27th, 2023.
The art of leadership, as displayed by really great leaders of the people throughout the ages, consists in concentrating the attention of the people against a single adversary and taking care that nothing will divide that attention. Adolf Hitler.
Alright, quick color. Oh my gosh, it's a long one. Thank goodness we're not reading the whole thing. West plotting color revolution in Serbia, Moscow. Western nations appear to be laying the groundwork for a color revolution in Siberia, according to Valentina Matvinko, I don't know. The speaker of the upper chamber of Russia's parliament. She claimed that public anger is being whipped up following 2 mass shootings in the country. What we have today is a classic example of network-centric warfare. When net structures under Western control use some hot-button issue to disable...
Destabilize?
Destabilize?
Yes.
Okay. And, the situation, hoping it would serve as a trigger. Then they provoke mass demonstrations and deploy prepared local opposition, she said in an interview with name I can't pronounce. Serbia or Moscow.
On Monday.
Not on Moscow. What's wrong?
They're chilling on Moscow.
Yeah, we're chilling on Moscow.
Okay. Billionaire James Crown dies in crash at Colorado racetrack on 70th birthday. Crown was the CEO and president of his family's business investment firm Henry Crown and Company, from which he inherited his roughly $10.2 billion fortune. He also served as the managing partner of Aspen Ski & Co. and split his time between Chicago, his main residence, and Colorado. He sat on the board of J.P. Morgan since the early 90s.
My goodness, we got 2 billionaires dying within a week.
If they had children, their children just like... money.
Israel approves thousands of illegal building permits in West Bank. Israel's nationalist religious government approved the construction of 5,700 additional illegal housing units for Jewish settlers in the occupied West Bank on Monday, despite U.S. pressure to halt settlement expansion that Washington sees as an obstacle to peace with Palestinians, Reuters reports.
Planned Parenthood is banned across Saskatchewan? I don't know. After supplying 9th graders with a sexually explicit card game for queer youth that teaches them about being attracted to TVs. What? Things, yeah, okay. The controversial A to Z guide, which was intended for gay, bi, and queer young people, was not referred to in the presentation but was available at a side table after the presentation. Yeah, okay, we're done.
TVs?
TVs! But does it say more about the TVs though?
Oh my goodness. Why the TV?
There was something about cartoons in there, so maybe that's what it was about.
Okay, right, like cartoons, yeah. Anyways, poll call. CNN obtains audio of Trump discussing classified documents and secret information. On Monday's edition of Anderson Cooper 360, the host claimed that the audio, which has never been heard publicly, exposes Trump sharing U.S. military war plans against Iran with people not cleared to have access to that information. He alleged the recordings were from July 2021 at Trump's Bedminster, New Jersey club. Interesting. Cooper, I guess I'll just finish it up. Cooper said that Trump shared documents with the writer working on Mark Meadows' memoir, a publisher, and 2 Trump staff members. He claims the audio recordings play a central piece in federal prosecutor Jack Smith's case, according to former president. Against former president. Okay.
Musk's Twitter faces millions in fines after new disinformation laws released in Australia. The Communications Legislation Amendment Combating Misinformation and Disinformation Bill 2023 introduces a two-tier system to regulate mis- or disinformation online. The first tier will see ACMA request social media companies develop a code of practice, industry codes, which will be registered and enforced by ACMA, similar to the telecommunications industry. A breach of this code will attract significant penalties, including a 2.75 million fine or 2% of global turnover, whichever is greater.
Alright. Joe Biden to Indian Prime Minister and tech giant CEOs at White House. I sold a lot of state secrets and a lot of very important things. This even made the White House transcripts. I'm guessing that's what that is. Joe Biden held a meeting last week with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and several Indian officials at the White House. During the meeting, a very confused Joe Biden blurted out that he sold a lot of state secrets. Joe Biden, I was thinking anyway, I started off without you, and I sold a lot of state secrets and a lot of very important things we shared.
The guy really is not fit to be a president.
He's just a figurehead.
I was just thinking that
He's literally just a figurehead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Putin seals Wagner's fate. Russian President Vladimir Putin has offered a choice to soldiers of Wagner private military company involved in Saturday's failed armed rebellion. They can either sign a contract with Russian's Defense Ministry or other security agencies, return home or move to neighboring Belarus, the Russian leader said in a televised address. Should I don't know.
Justin, Biden's DOD informs U.S. congressmen they won't destroy potential spy balloon flying over Montana airspace. Why?
Why?
Shoot it down. In a recent development in Biden regime's Department of Defense, DOD, has stated it will not interfere with a potential spy balloon reported over American airspace. The DoD's response has sparked a backlash from Representative Matt Rosendale, RMT, who criticized the regime's lax approach towards foreign surveillance activities over the United States. Alright then, that's kind of weird.
Kind of dumb. Just destroy it.
Just shoot it. Not that big of a deal.
Okay. Malaria? Is that what that is?
Yeah, malaria.
Found in U.S. for first time in 20 years, alarming officials. Malaria, a potentially deadly disease caused by a mosquito-borne parasite, is making inroads into the U.S. 3 new cases of malaria, 1 in Texas and 2 in Florida, are alarming officials because they were locally acquired, meaning mosquito in the U.S. was carrying the parasite. That hasn't happened since 2003 in Palm Beach County, Florida, according to the Centers for Disease and Prevention.
Oh my gosh.
We got malaria now.
Yep, we got malaria. Anyways, monkey garden. Ethiopia, National Electoral Commission chairwoman resigns. The chairwoman of Ethiopia's National Election Commission, NEBE,
Bertkunen,
and I don't know the other name.
Nini Kasan,
I guess. An imprisoned former opposition politician, who had held the post since December 2018, announced on Monday that she had tendered her resignation for health reasons.
I just remembered how long ago 2018 was.
Yeah.
It did not feel like it should have been that long ago.
It was like 5 years ago. Back in the olden days.
Anyway. George Soros-backed prosecutor drops murder charges against mom and son, 14, who she ordered to kill man beating her in Chicago hot dog stand after video emerged of victim's attack. But a new surveillance video that shows Brown punching Hood multiple times has led to the charges being dropped. Brown could be seen yelling at Hood to "get your food" as she starts to argue with him. While she continued to yell back at him, he shouted, "Oh my goodness. If you say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out." Except not goodness, of course.
Alright then. Neighbor 41 is arrested in stabbing deaths of elderly couple found alongside mother 97 after failing to turn up at church to renew their wedding vows. Suspect was identified after cops matched him to bloody footprints found at the scene. Christopher Ferguson?
Yeah.
It's definitely not Ferguson, but it's close enough. 41 was arrested Monday evening for the triple homicides of Jill and Bruno D'Amore, as well as Jill's 97-year-old mother, Lucia Arpino, at their family home in Newton. The couple had been set to renew their vows at Our Lady Help of Christians Church on Sunday for the 50th wedding anniversary. But when they failed to show up, a concerned friend went to check on them and found them and Arpino stabbed to death. Right then.
Wow. Russia says Wagner will continue operations in the Central African Republic and Mali. The paramilitary group Wagner will continue to operate in Mali and the Central African Republic. The head of Russian diplomacy assured us on Monday, adding that the organization's rebellion in Russia will not affect the relations between Moscow and its allies.
Okay, we're good. Pope Francis welcomes redacted Christ artist in Vatican. The Pontiff received the artists to mark the 50th anniversary of the Vatican's collection of contemporary art, telling them like the biblical prophets, "You confront things that at times are uncomfortable. You criticize today's false myths and true and new idols. It's empty talk, the ploys of consumerism, the schemes of power."
Okay. I have no idea what just happened.
Neither.
World's first Islamic Experience Center in Netherlands aims to break down prejudice. Okay. The world's first Islamic Experience Center in the Netherlands, where Islam is explained through is explained through the technologies of virtual reality glasses, hologram, and 8D sound, aims to break down prejudice and anecdotal agency reports. The center was established at the city of Rotterdam, that's a weird name, by the Islamic Experience Center Foundation, which was founded and represented by Joram van Claveren, I don't know, a former Islamophobic politician who converted to Islam in 2019.
Okay, it's kind of weird. No votes win Guatemala presidential election, promoting runoff between two leftists. Guatemala held the first round of its presidential election on Sunday, resulting in more null votes than the total for any single candidate. The Central American nation is now slated to hold a runoff presidential election on August 20th between the top two candidates after null former First Lady Sandra Torres and outsider Bernardo Arvalo. Both leftists. The winner will succeed incumbent, I don't know, hardline conservative president Alejandro
Giamatti?
after his term ends next year.
You know, imagine if it wasn't just voting for one president, but you could vote that these both suck and get some new candidates.
Honestly,
Imagine that.
everybody would vote that.
Just these suck, get some new ones.
Yeah. Give us something better.
Give us some better options. Okay. Honduran armed forces seized control of prisons to stamp out gangs. Searches were underway on Monday morning at the Tamara... What? What?
Panel? Yeah.
Center? Why is there an E at the end? That bothers me. Where the armed forces said that they had recovered Why is there an E at the end? It's just high-caliber weapons, grenades, ammunition, cell phones, and devices for internet access within the prison walls. The initial search appeared to focus on the men's prison, though Tamara was also the site of last week's deadly attack in the Centro Femino, I don't know, I don't know, Social, CEFAS, a women's detention center that can house approximately 900 people.
Alright, that is all. Thank you for listening to Mia.
And Maya, read the Pole News Central homepage. Please comment, share, donate, like, subscribe.
Come back tomorrow for segregated news.